Hey guys, it's Epoch. I'm doing another one of these ramble videos. We've got some stuff to talk about. Once again, I wrote it down on my phone. Uh, I'm gonna go over my account progress with this whole shiny hunting goal. Uh, One thing I wanted to bring up is that since I cleared off Starmie and I cleared off Finion from my original list when I made this, I for the year, I decided to add two to it. Um, So I added Delcatty and I added Crawdaunt. Um, Delcatty I really just like because I love red shinies. Like red and gold are my favorite colors for Pokemon. Um, kind of goes with my channel's branding as well. And the red Gyarados is it's got to be up there with my favorite shinies. So any Pokemon that kind of matches the scheme is just awesome. So I put Delcatty on here. The repel trick for it, I've been told, is pretty easy, and the phase that's also good on that repel trick is Nincada, which what was it turned into? Ninjask? Yeah, Ninjask is such a good one. Um, that one's also gold, and I put Crawdaunt on here because I don't know, I just kind of like the color shift it gets. It goes from bright red to orange, and it gets this purple stripe. I don't know. It's like a 100% fishing hunt, so it's actually easier to get than Finion. But yeah, I just decided to put both these on here. Um, as for my progress for the month, because I think it's been over a month since I last made one of these. Um, yeah, I got the Starmie, which is awesome. I named it Impatience because my Lantern's name is Patience, and they're both my Illuminate Pokemon. I don't know what I'm gonna do with a Starmie though, because I've kind of grown to like Lantern a lot, and I don't really want to replace it directly. So I might just use the Starmie for random repel trick hunts or something. Uh, I got it in kind of a weird location though. So normally when people shiny hunt Starmie, they get it in Route 13 on Unova, but I got it in Lily Cove City, and that's relevant because to get a Staryu here, it's a pretty low percentage. At least compared to the amount of Whalmers and stuff like that you see. There's also Gyarados there as a lure, which I would have been kind of pissed if I hit that, but thank God I didn't, and I got the Starmie. Yeah, I got really lucky with this thing. Uh, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna use it for repel trick hunts and stuff like that. So I was able to move Starmie off the top here and into the little got tier I've got going on. uh, and then uh, And then I got kind of bored towards the end of the month and started doing hordes because I've really been playing a lot trying to get this Road to 1 Bill series done. Um, and the game is still fucking me on these two dragon Pokemon, the Haxorus and the Dragonair. Dude, I'm 4 Woobats deep and I'm 5 Magikarps deep. I don't even. This is fucked up. I mean, I'm happy to keep getting shinies, right? And all my last three, I think I've been around 25 to 27k. So it's odds for donator status, but not the 30k that everybody says is odds. Um, yeah, I'm happy to get more shinies, but come on, man, I really want this Haxorus. Look how cool he is. It's man, the game is screwing me. Also, what's up with this, dude? They're both male and special defense. What is that? I think all my magic. I think I have three female. Yeah, I have a ton of female defense Magikarps for some reason. Also, I named all the Magikarps after the Star Wars movies. I'm hoping to get. I'm hoping I don't get a sixth one, because then I'll have literally the whole saga. I was gonna name the Dratini Rogue One or something nerdy, but it is, man, it's fucked up. Um, so yeah, I took a break from doing the Gulpin spot. I don't remember how many I did total there, probably 55k. And I got these two phases, which are pretty cool to be honest. I'll probably go back to that spot eventually, but I'm just not feeling it for right now. Uh, yeah. So towards the beginning of the month, I guess, or near the middle, as I was doing the Road to 1 Bill series, here I gotta run back to the spot that I was hunting at, which I will talk about in a minute. But as I'm doing the Road to 1 Bill series, for a few weeks there, I was hunting in I think it's Olivine, which is the port city for Johto. Uh, Sorry if that's the wrong name for the city. I actually don't really remember the Johto cities that well. It's like the one I played the least as a kid. Um, but yeah, I was fishing there in the daytime for Corsola, and then at nighttime I was going to do um, more barboaches because I've seen probably about 31,000 barboaches so far in like my account's career. Uh, Hoping to get that one soon. That's kind of an easier one though now because I hit the Starmie, which means I don't have to do the one route anymore. I can just do that 100% barboach. Uh, yeah, that one's one I still want really badly, and Corsola is like a it's like the best spots for it are morning and daytime. So I was just running it up at Olivine. I would do Cherry Grove, but honestly, I kind of like being in a spot that has like a ton more people because I get a lot more like cool reactions, like just talking to people. Um, so yeah, I stopped doing that for a little bit though because I got kind of burnt out on fishing. So now I'm on a kind of different grind. I'm doing Unown. If y'all didn't know about this spot, it's a 50-50 for the question mark and the exclamation point. I've talked about this before, how I don't want to get both of these. I just want one of them. Preferably the question mark one, because I think that one's cooler. I can like link it to people when they say some bullshit instead of putting a question mark. But yeah, I would really love to get a shiny Unown. The blue one is so nice, and it's one that like nobody has, or at least like most people don't go out of their way to hunt an Unown. It's kind of a weird one because it's so useless in battle, but it's a really pretty one. Um, yeah, going for the shiny Unown. This spot in it says Salacion Ruins, but in actuality, it's like it's down from. You guys just saw how I got here. I forget what the town is called. I think it's Veilstone. It's down from there, and then this cave is normally blocked off. But what you have to do is you have to get one of every Unown. You have to see them. Uh, you don't have to necessarily catch all of them. You can like buy the ones you're missing off the GTL, and it still works. That's what I did for most of them. Um, but there was a few stragglers that were kind of a pain in the ass to get, like Unown O, like took me 30 minutes to find. But yeah, normally these two Unown are like really messed up rates to find in the wild, but here it's a 50-50. So if you want specifically these two Unown, this is the best place to hunt for them. So that's what I'm going to be doing um, for probably the rest of the month. And then next month should be winter, which means it is a good time to shiny hunt for it. Um, it takes away the Pidgey spawn on the first route in Johto because I guess they're like migrating or whatever for the winter. I think that's kind of cool. Um, but it turns Furt into a 60% unless they nerf it, which is it's possible. I mean, but but yeah, Furt's a really good spawn there. That's one I really want to get done. I don't really want to hunt it any other time because having it be that high of a percentage just it's so free, dude. But that one's also a like day and morning only one. So I think at nighttime I'll probably just come back to this spot, and I'm just gonna run my honey out. Here I'll show you guys after this battle how many honey I still have. Uh, I've been trying not to spend any money on anything while I do this challenge. I did buy the Dig Ocarina just because. I mean, having all the ocarinas is so good, but yeah, 5,600 honey is what I'm still rocking with, so should be a good amount to get through. I'm almost done the Road to 1 Bill series. I know I'm sitting at 476 mil right now, but my like kind of theoretical value, I guess, is I'd say like maybe 920 right now. The thing is like I'm probably gonna take a few days off flipping at least for this week because I am sitting at here. I can just show you guys. My mains GTL right now is at 246, and my two other accounts are over 200 as well. I need to let stuff sell. I'm sitting on like 40 to 50 mil cash on like either of those accounts. Um, so if I just give it a few days, I'm gonna naturally sell stuff to be over 600 mil probably, uh, and that'll be like a really nice cushion to ensure that I never go back under 500. Because that was my starting amount, and it feels kind of weird to say I'm at 920 when I'm under the starting amount. You know what I mean? But it's just because I have so much like stored value um, on here. So yeah, in the meantime, I'm just gonna hunt unknown and do honey trees and just wait until the month ends. Basically, I slacked on my honey trees real hard for the beginning of the month. You guys heard how sick I was in the Road to One Bill series, if you watched it, and I don't know what the hell I had. I don't think it was COVID or anything because like I feel like I would have been sicker. If that makes sense. Really, it was like my voice was crazy raspy and I was coughing all the time. I had really bad like fits of it. Um, but I didn't have like a fever and I didn't feel like super weak or anything. It was just horrible. I was like tired from being sick, but not like my body ached. You know what I mean? Um, so I wouldn't have put out videos uh, if I wasn't so motivated to keep doing that series. I would literally just get in bed, feel like shit, and then just think about it. I was like, dude, I gotta get back on and grind some more because it's just sitting in my head that I gotta finish it. So yeah, that's what's up with that. I feel a lot better now. Uh, but yeah, the beginning of this month was absolute hell. When I found that you can't really tell in the clip because I yelled so loud, but it hurt real bad afterward. Um, don't get me wrong, I'm glad I did because I don't know, finding a shiny is like it's, it's an excuse to get loud, at least in my opinion. Like I love being like super energetic when shit like that happens, especially when it's like a really low percent for the spot you're hunting it at. Uh, yeah, that it was awesome, regardless of how bad my fucking throat hurt afterward. But yeah, um, the honey trees, you kind of gotta like, it's an hourly, so it is kind of like, I don't know, it's makes the gameplay a little bit more intense. I just didn't want to leave the areas I was currently at, so you know, I just kind of slacked on them for a little bit. But I'm hoping to get back into doing them, at least until I'm out of honey, and at least until I finish the series. So yeah, that's kind of the account progress, I guess. Let's see, I'm kind of near 3,000 hours, I think. Yeah, I'm only 100 hours off. Uh, yeah, it's kind of a big milestone. I forget how many I was at the start of the year. I probably have a screenshot somewhere, but I'm definitely putting in some demon hours on this game. I'll tell you what. Um, yeah, the road to one bill grind is really taking a lot out of me. Uh, but I think it's something that needs to be done. Just because I want to be able to prove it to myself that I'm able to make that amount of money without having ever spent any money on the game. That's another thing is I'm a completely free to play player. I've also probably got around 400 million investments and shit like that, but I don't really show it off. Because I buy a lot of really niche shit. Like, for example, one of the ones I've done that's actually paid off pretty well. Keep in mind, it's a really like non-liquid thing, but it's very niche. Menacing Spirit alphas, right? These got like bought out like crazy recently. They're up to a base price of 150k just for like a non-ditto. What I have is the dittos, and these are sitting around 550 each. They were at like 690 a few days ago, but it looks like a lot of them got dumped. The thing is about these is I don't think there's a lot of them being hoarded. I don't. Alpha Ditto came out like shortly before the event even started, so I can't imagine there's like a shit ton of these in the game. And this is the only way that you can get Menacing Spirit Particle on an Alpha Starmie, stuff like that. Particles in general have seen like a really big rise recently. Pumpkin's up like 5 mil. Uh, Hitodama on any Pokemon is like 1.3, I think, which is insane because it used to be like under a mil for the longest time. The appliables are up, um, and I think that also kind of bled into these. For reference, I have around 270 of these at 450k purchased around that per. So I'm probably up about 100k on each. times 270. You guys can do the math. I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, it's that one's looking pretty good. I've got a bunch of random vanities. Just stuff like that. I have a Amoongus that's worth like 100 mil. I made a video on. Um, yeah, so it's not only just. Or, I'm over a billion value right now. Like I've already proved it to myself that I can make that amount of money without having spent any on the game. Um, but I don't know. I just want to do it in like video format, and it's taken a lot. I have to play like a lot. Some days I buy like 200 things, which is insane. Uh, when you buy that amount of stuff, you have to play with like 3 accounts at once. Um, yeah, I'm hoping to be done with it soon. I probably will be. The thing is I need to get like over 100 mil over a billion probably, just so I have like a safe amount that I can start quick selling stuff at. So I can really get that like 1 bill total value. Uh, tell you another thing is what I've been thinking about doing is from doing this Road to 1 bill series. There's two kind of video ideas that I've had, and one of them is an ultimate guide to sniping. I thought about doing an ultimate guide to shiny hunting, um, which might come after the sniping one, but both of those are kind of like in my head of like kind of bigger, like more focused videos that I want to make, like something that I want to write an actual script about, and like you know, because most of my videos are kind of on the fly, like either reactioning or reacting, not reactioning. God, that's what I get for making a ramble video. Is I mess up my words. Reacting to stuff, or just rambling on about something, or just progress updates. I don't really make that many videos that are like sit down, script it, and make it real professional. And a lot of like other content creators like that make videos on PokeMMO, they see a lot of success with that. Um, and I don't know. I like their videos, and I kind of want to do something similar, which might be Ultimate Guide to Sniping. So you guys let me know if you want to see that. Um, I've gotten a lot of comments talking about like, can you make a guide on how to flip, stuff like that. And it's really hard to do that because the market changes all the time. So like I could say that there's no surefire way to make a video that's like it gives you a price breakdown of literally anything you could buy and a price that's like always going to be good for it unless it's like a crazy stupid low ball that like is obvious to anyone that you have to be fast on. um, what I can do in the video is talk about like certain markets that people don't really think about, uh, flips that are usually always good, like just noted dittos, um, shit like that. uh, Good shiny snipes to look out for because there are versions of shiny snipes that are always good. Like you're always going to have your like 1.5 male fields go up. Those are almost always good. During the Halloween event, they were literally down to that, which is insane. You would have made so. It's a funny concept to think about, but if you invested in shinies, you would have beat a lot of different forms of investing if you did that during the Halloween event. Granted, there probably wasn't that much supply to purchase to really make a significant investment, but it's just something to think about. That's how much shiny prices can like fluctuate. Right now, they're stupid expensive. Like it is a great time to get into sniping right now. Um, while I say that, there's also bots on the GTL that absolutely wreak fucking havoc all the time, and there's also what's it called? People are just generally better at the game than they used to be when it comes to sniping. Which makes it harder for newer players. But like for example, right now, special attack male field is literally 2 mil. This is the highest I've ever seen it in my time of flipping. Um, it's usually around 1.7, but this is like a great indicator of how fucked up high it is. Also, humanoid is like ridiculous. Any IV that's not special attack is like 1.5. I have a HP one up for like Yeah, 2-8. Oh, I got undercut by fucking Kadabra. That's unfortunate. I gotta relist that. But yeah, that's just an example. Like some of this shit is absolutely ridiculous right now. Um, which just makes it harder to make a video like that, like a guide to how to flip. A guide to how to shiny hunt is a lot easier because the spawns don't really change. It takes a long time for them to add a new horde or like really mess something up, like they did with the fucking uh, Dratini split. Yeah. So you guys let me know if you want to see a video like that, ultimate guide to flipping, or ultimate guide to shiny hunting, stuff like that. Um, I have a lot of like really weird video ideas. Uh, those two are the big ones though. After I finish the Road to One Bill series, I really want to make like some kind of comprehensive thing like that. But some other stuff I was thinking about is I've been theory crafting on how to do a shiny only run, um, which is so it's Petrowski's idea, right? Well, people have done it before Petrowski, but Petrowski is like he I think he has a few videos on it and he's talked about it on stream and I think he's played the account on stream. His starts in Kanto and he's doing it in an interesting way. I think this is from what I remember. I might be getting this wrong, but he's not moving any lures. He's not moving any Pokeballs. He's just straight raw dogging it, like just running back and forth in the grass in Route One. If he doesn't catch the shiny, he has to start over, I guess. I would do it differently. I think there's some ways you could do that challenge that make it more interesting if you could add lures and maybe bring over an Illuminate Pokemon and uh, just give yourself supplies. But I think the core rule of the playthrough should still be you have to beat every trainer with a shiny. That's 0T. So yeah, I was thinking about that. And I think if I was to do what's interesting about that challenge is like each region is pretty viable. Um, the things you got to think about are like how early do you get a Sweet Scent Mon? How far in do you get the running shoes or the bike? Um, how many free horde hunts are there? Uh, how viable are the early game Pokemon? Do you have access to anything rare in the early routes just to make your hunting experience more enjoyable? um, stuff like that. And it's crazy because each region has its own viability. I can go through them right now. Like so, Hoenn just across the board has great routes. It's it's one of the best regions because at the beginning you get access to Petalburg Woods, which has like Trico and Shroomish and all that jazz. And you also get like an early game route that has Surfskate, I think, and also Roselia, which both of those are sweet centers. I don't know when the first hordes pop up in that, but yeah, it's got great all around stuff like that. I'd say Hoenn is probably the most consistent for like just good routes in the game. Um, but if you start in Sinnoh, the first four Pokemon, if you're using lures, um, you get access to are like Kricketot, Bidoof, Starly, and Mr. Mime. Or not Mr. Mime, Mime Jr., which is cool because Mime Jr. is a rare. Bidoof has access to stuff like Water Spout, or not Water Spout, Water Gun. It gets it before like the first gym, so it makes the first gym easier if you're using like one Pokemon. Uh, Starly is also good because it's Intimidate, and Kricketot is also good because it gets Swarm. Um, Unova has a really easy first gym, and it has two good Pokemon on its first route. Patrat gets Illuminate, so it's also a really good catching mon, and Lillipup is just strong for playthroughs. Uh, and then, let's see, what are the other two? Okay, Sinnoh. Oh, yeah, Johto. Johto's first route has Sentret. It's also got, like, Hoppip, I think, which is a sweet center. Pidgey's kind of dog shit. Rattata's alright for playthroughs. Cleffa would be weird to start with. But it's got good utility for the beginning. And then what's the last one? Oh, Kanto. Kanto has kind of a weak first route, but the interesting thing about it is you get access to Viridian Forest, which at night has a 100% chance for a Sweet Center. I'm pretty sure, which is that's That's huge. If you want to get a challenge done like that in a timely manner, you really need a sweet center. Um, and if you're doing it where you can't just bring in a sweet scent Pokemon from the GTL, which I'm hesitant to do in a challenge like that, uh, I think that could be a really viable option for something like that. The other thing is that I was toying around with was doing a region lock account. Um, I'm a huge fan of RuneScape stuff, right? And stuff like Swampletics. I don't know if you guys know about that, but it's a series this RuneScape YouTuber did where he locked his account in the swamp area, which is called Mortania. Uh, and he essentially tried to progress his account like all the way through to the end game using only one area. And he did it in like a kind of storytelling way. Um, and there's a YouTuber for PokeMMO that took inspiration from that, I'm assuming. Uh, and he's doing a Kanto only run. The guy's name is Team Rocket. You guys have probably seen his videos. He's popping off like hella crazy recently. Makes great videos. Um, but I've been thinking about doing something similar. I think the way I would do it is somewhat different. Uh, on his account, he has a focus on money making and like funding an egg hunt to get an out of region shiny, which is a really fucking sick idea because he makes the great point of in the Pokedex, you could you could prove that your account has a left the region by showing off that you don't have like the starters like logged like at all for the other regions. Um, so if you get an out of region shiny, that's like crazy because how else do you do that besides like egging swarms and getting the Pokemon from Cherish Balls? Uh, the way I would do it would be different though. I think if I was to do a region lock account, I'd do it in the Iron Man style where I don't use the GTL. That would lock me away from stuff like out of region shinies, but I think setting your account up to be in one region and limiting yourself to the Pokemon that are in that region to shiny hunt, I think I think that's also cool. And I think my goal would be different. I don't think I would branch out from from that region in specific. I think what I would do is I would make my goal to be to get one rare shiny and then maybe a full team and then the end goal maybe do like a rerun with the full shiny team. I don't know, something like that. It's something I've toyed around with a little bit. I think the region I'd probably do it with is Sinnoh, just because it's like the most underplayed region in the game, and I think it has a lot of interesting shiny stuff, like what I'm doing right now. This is the most niche shit ever. Fucking going for question mark unknown. Um, yeah, it's also got honey trees and stuff like that, and I think doing gym reruns to like supply that would be a really interesting idea. Because I would have to like figure out interesting ways to make money within the game without selling stuff on the GTL. Maybe I'm just burnt out on selling shit on the GTL. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of my like thought process on video ideas, stuff like that. I have a ton of other stuff cooked up on a notepad somewhere, but yeah, that's just what I have written down on my phone to talk about really. Yeah, I wanted to just kind of spitball some ideas to you guys. Just if you made it this far in the video, tell me what you think. I guess. Yeah. This ramble video might be a little bit shorter than the other ones because, like, honestly, there hasn't been a ton to talk about because I've been super sick. Uh, yeah. Uh, let me know what you guys think. Um, if you like the video, leave a comment and yeah, take care. I'll make another one of these soon.